welcomes Bryan Cranston, NBC Tonight.
American woman, and I gotta sing this song. All right, spray me.
Next Tuesday, Jam goes virtual.
All right, this is gonna be tough.
Well, it's gonna be tough if you do that.
That's My Jam, next Tuesday on NBC.
Monday and Tuesday, the final blind auditions bring out the biggest voices, the biggest surprises, and the biggest, well...
That's a big finger, and it's one of the bigger fingers I've seen.
The Voice, all new Monday and Tuesday on NBC.
NBC4 News at 11.
Now at 11, Southern California is soaked once again as another atmospheric river moves through our area. And for some, the heaviest stuff is still on the way. Good evening, everyone. I'm Colleen Williams. This latest round of wet weather making things very difficult for drivers out there tonight. And the story will be the same tomorrow during the morning commute. Here's what it looked like in San Pedro earlier. And you can see drivers really had no choice here. A reminder, if you do see heavy flooding, do not drive through it because you just don't know how deep the water is and you don't want to run the risk of getting stuck. It doesn't take a whole lot of water to float a car. All this rain is creating several problems in several neighborhoods, including in Sherman Oaks tonight, where a large tree came down in someone's front yard. We have live team coverage tonight from the mountains to the San Fernando Valley. Let's begin right now with meteorologist David Bigger with a look at the storm and where the heavy part is hitting right now. David.
Well, Colleen, essentially everywhere across Southern California has got some rainfall right now, and in some areas it is very heavy. Before we get to the First Alert Radar Network, though, I do want to mention we have a flood advisory for Ventura County, for all of Los Angeles County's lower elevations, and a portion of Orange County, and that's because we're already starting to see some flooding on the roadways and flooding of areas with poor drainage, all because of the heavy rainfall. But you can already see wide area of some moderate to heavy rain indicated by this yellow coloring, even some spots of orange and red popping up, and that's the intense rain that we were concerned about seeing as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Let's zoom in, take you through a little radar tour here. We'll start over the San Fernando Valley. We can see that we have some moderate to heavy rainfall right now, pretty much everywhere from Sherman Oaks all the way up through San Fernando, Northridge, Burbank, Pasadena starting to look at heavy rainfall. We have heavy rainfall over Calabasas as well. Now, as we transition a bit to the south, you can see over the basin, we've got moderate to heavy rain depending on location. Downey, Lakewood, La Habra, El Monte, all under moderate rainfall right now. Same with Torrance. Inglewood, though, just starting to pick up in intensity. Heavy rain over Beverly Hills currently, as well as Santa Monica. Long Beach probably in and out of some moderate to heavy rain. As we transition down to Orange County, Irvine, Santa Ana, starting to see the rainfall intensity pick up. It's raining pretty good right now around Huntington Beach, Rancho Santa Margarita, Laguna Niguel, likely about to start seeing some of that heavier rainfall pick up. And that's all because all this is moving onshore right now at about a speed of about 40 miles an hour. So we've still got plenty of heavy rainfall off the coastline, and you can barely see it on the very edge of radar right here, but we have more rain that's just starting to pop into view, and that will arrive as we get into tomorrow morning. I'll take you through the timing of that in just a couple of minutes.
Now to the problems from this rain. NBC4's Darcia Phillips joins us live. She is in Sherman Oaks, where that large tree we just showed you a few minutes ago came down tonight. Darcia.
Yeah, Colleen, this large tree blocking about a half a dozen residents on the other side of it. You can see how large this tree is. The rain continuing to fall pretty steady here in Sherman Oaks, and we have seen the fire department here as well as Public Works, and we're told that this tree will not be cleared for several more hours. A portion of Devana Road in Sherman Oaks blocked by this massive tree that fell just before 8 p.m.
We've had so much rain, and with the hillside and all the water coming down,
blocking in at least a half a dozen residents on the dead-end road.
They pulled away from our property and then came across the street and then into his gate. And there's probably a dozen homes up the street that are cut off, and we are.
Dave and Leslie Mace didn't hear the tree fall, but many of their neighbors did.
Then a neighbor said she heard a boom, and we didn't hear anything.
We live right there. This tree, I think, fell on our gate.
Thankfully, no one was injured.
Half an hour before that, I was putting our trash barrels out, and my dog was out with me.
People walk their dogs all day and night up here, and can you imagine? So thank God no one got hurt. It's the first thing we thought of.
Dave Mace tried to clear some of the branches. He says the city told him it could be several hours before crews can clear the tree, leaving those residents on the other side of Devana with no way out. The Maces say they had just trimmed the tree, but it was